We have seen it all the first 3 weeks of the PWBA Tour. An international winner at the USBC Queens. A champion continues her excellence in Liz Johnson. And a first-time winner. How can we top that? We find out next at the Storm Sacramento Open Finals. It is time to bowl. CBS Sports Network brings you the 2016 PWBA Storm Sacramento Open Finals, for the world's best bowlers compete for a tour title. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the PWBA Tour on CBS Sports Network. This is Dave Ryan. I'll be joined by tour star Kelly Kulick in a moment. We have stepladder finals in our broadcast, and for the first time we can remember, we've got 3 lefties of the 4 competitors, and all will bid for a first career PWBA Tour title. A top seed, Sherry Tam, one of 6 Team Singapore players in the field. Fellow lefty Shannon Plahowski, the number 2 seed lone American in the field for the broadcast. Longtime Team Columbia star Andrew Ramirez is next. And then New Wave fan of Singapore, the only right-hander on the show. So Kelly Kulick, only 1 righty and 3 southpaws. How will that affect things? You know, New Wave fan might have a slight advantage because she's on the side all by herself. The 3 lefties taking aggressive services through the bowling balls, playing their A game towards the gutter, which is not typical in a 45-foot pattern. It's going to create a lot of friction. The lady that adjusts the quickest is going to be the one that's most successful in that final match. We can't wait. It'll be time to bowl on CBS Sports Network when we come back. PWBA Tour action. 1 bowler will win her first career PWBA Tour Championship. Who will it be? We find out next. Let's bowl. PWBA style. Angie Ramirez Herrera. New Wave fin.
The lone righty in the field.
Off to a great start.
With ease and no effort whatsoever. So smooth. New Wave fin all the way from Singapore. Andrew Ramirez, Team Columbia. First southpaw we see in the show tonight.
Now lives in Austin. Lived in Chicago for a while. To college at Maryland Eastern Shore. Was an All-American there. And one of 3 lefties we'll see. Off to a great start.
Look at Angie's game from behind here. Now, 5-step approach, just drops the ball in so subtly. Creates great leverage, but notice the hand action at the bottom of the swing and her posture. Steps off balance there, but it's just to see the outcome of the ball. She creates so much leverage and so much power within her release, something she's been working on the last few months, and adding a wrist brace to do that.
You and she talked about that quite a bit last night in our pre-match meeting.
It was. I was amazed by how many changes she made in such a short period of time. Went from no grips to grips, from a 16-pound ball to a 15-pound ball, and with only a month and a half time, added the wrist guard.
Great start. Let's check a future for the sport lane pattern here. Kelly, break it down for us.
All right, what's interesting about this pattern, it's 45 feet in length, so it's a very long pattern the girls used to bowling on. High volume of oil, around 27 mils. It's blocked off here, but we have fire and we have ice as a combination. Fire going down the lane first, and then the ice being in the middle, so it's going to create a little friction to the outside, more recovery, but build up in the middle to give them the girls hold throughout the pattern.
New Wave fan with a strike, and fellow members of the Team Singapore contingent pretty happy.
Yeah, she's right around board 13. She's creating her own lane pattern because she's the only righty. But fire and ice are the 2 oils that Kegel uses within their dual lane machine. Eric Pearson was our lane master for the last few weeks here out on tour. And the combination of those 2 oils, which isn't usually seen, creates more shape to the pattern. So again, 2 different oils being used.
4 straight strikes, how about 5? Yeah. We could see some big numbers here.
It's refreshing to see these young athletes see it not only as a job, but a fun job. It's so wonderful and refreshing to see them smile on their face that they go to work and they love their job. And now Angie Ramirez back on the right lane here. see if she can keep up with New Wei Fen. Away.
Had to hurry and got there to the 1-2 pocket. What a start. 6 straight strikes between these two stars. Not the first time you've seen Angie on TV. Go back to the 2013 Intercollegiate Team Championships, the ITC. Helped lead her Maryland Eastern Shore squad to a victory over Pikeville. The Hawks' second ITC victory. She was the 2012 Maryland Eastern Shore Female Athlete of the Year. And first team All-American twice.
If you look at her style between then and now, I mean, same great physical fundamentals and strength. The only difference in her follow-through is she just has a little bit more finesse at the bottom of her swing. Nice and smooth through the shot. You gotta love these first matches, how great they are out of the gate. So strong in strength and numbers. New Wei Fen all the way from Singapore. 24 years old on their national team. Credit Storm and working with Jim Callahan about the patterns in lane play. It's given her so much success in early start.
How about 8 straight? Yes! These two are tearing these lanes up.
Are you sure it's a professional pattern? It might look like league to me right now. Also a lover of penguins by the personality shown on her shirt right now.
You can tell, right?
She loves penguins.
Well, the last thing these two are thinking about is a 7-10. But any player who does convert a 7-10 split on our CBS Sports Network Finals this year will receive a $100,000 bonus. Courtesy of Ultimate Bowling Products. No 7-10 this time, another strike. 9 straight between these two. Remaining perfect. This is incredible.
Look, they got their team flag. Let's go Singapore. Beautiful delivery. 15-16 at the arrows at 45 feet, which is down the lane a far distance. Really, New Wei Fen making it look like league right now.
There
Clear
is
path to the pocket.
A $10,000 bonus on the line for a perfect game on TV.
I would love to see that.
Me too. Looking for the front 5.
Away.
To match her opponents. Oh, yeah! 10 in a row combined.
Well, between them, if we go Baker style, we just need 2 more.
I don't think that counts for the $10,000 bonus. But.
No, 5,000? Could we go halfy?
Nope. Gotta be a
Remarkably,
perfect game.
both players just looking so focused, so calm, so relaxed. You would never know. Professional debut for Angie. I mean, it's fabulous. The energy level, the crowd here supporting us.
10 straight. Looks for the front 6. Can she get halfway home to a 300 game? Well, there's the 7-10. She will not have the $10,000 bonus, but a chance for $100,000 if she can convert the nearly impossible 7-10 split.
Yeah, now off her hand, she didn't feel very comfortable about it. Just got it sent down the lane a little bit too far left. Watch the ball hit the pocket. It deflects more often. 6-pin goes right in front of the 10-pin. Doesn't have enough energy to kick it out. 100,000.
Oh, did kick it off the back wall there. Got close to the 7 for a moment, but not enough. The streak is broken, not just a non-strike, but of course the open frame. That changes the match dramatically. On the bench, 14-pin lead. New Wei Fen. Front 6. No, it ends for each in the 6th frame, 4-pin.
Light 4-pin. New Wei Fen has a lot of high rev rate, good rotation off her hand, up the back of it, creates beautiful ball roll. Same spot, just sent it a little bit further right than the last few shots on this lane. Typically, you would see the 4-pin slide out to the side and maybe leave a 7, but just not enough entry angle into the pocket to get the 4-pin. Switching to the hard plastic ball, it's going to go straight at her spares. She's been working on this very diligently. Her spare game has been her weakness lately, but with the 45 feet pattern, a lot of oil, as long as she keeps the ball in front of her, her pathway to the spare should be straight.
And it's the coolest spare ball you'll ever see.
Yeah, I mean.
Do you have one like that with a brain inside?
No, but sometimes I think I have 2 brains. They fight each other. Her goal here is just to keep her angles tight and her hand in front of her, which allows her launch angles to be nice and tight through the delivery of the ball.
Wow, nice shot. 6 of 7 frames, a strike for Nu Wei Fen. Team Singapore teammates making some noise, hoping for a championship on CBS Sports Network. Special thanks, hello, to Bill Crispin from Storm. Founder and CEO of Storm Bowling. So great to have him here and support of his great company in this event. PWBA Storm Sacramento Open Finals. Our first match got off to a resounding start. Front 5 for each. Open though for Angie in the 6th. Down 13 pitch, starting the 7th. Whoa! 4-7-10 split.
Overcompensation maybe. Long commercial break, not quite sure. She feels very comfortable on TV. Now, the other girls playing outside of her created, again, that hook spot, as I said earlier on in the introduction. And she wanted to be inside of them, so more right side on the lane, going left, creating a hook spot, and she hit it firmly there. High hit, leaves a split.
Another open frame, 10 stands. And that means real trouble.
Puts the wrist brace back on for the strike ball, takes off for the spares.
And you got to start in bowling in her native Bogota, Colombia at 5 years old. Member of Team Colombia for many years. Her parents belonged to a country club. They had a 4-lane bowling center on the grounds. They had golf, tennis, basketball, swimming. She did it all. And then eventually, about age 9, said, boy, I love bowling. I'm pretty good at it. Let's stick with one sport. Good athlete. 7.
Late 7. Great shot, great comeback. Entry angle of the ball. This is funny to see. So here, one hits the 1-2. 4-pin just subtly falls in front of the 7. Doesn't wrap itself around, so the angle entry isn't as strong. It's just enough energy off the back end of the lane that it's weak enough leaving the flat 7.
Single pin conversion successful for Angie. Are you looking for some great PWBA gear? Then visit the official online store of the PWBA at shoppwba.com. Nu Wei Fen. Big lead. Chance to go up 34 for the member of Team Singapore. For the strike in the 8th. Hurries right into the pocket. Bullseye. 10 down.
She just increased her 34-pin lead. Amazing. She's just making it look like league, and she's the only one, again, ready in the field. Down the lane, right around 8-9 the break point, crushes the pocket, the pin action in the back, just bouncing off the head pin off the side of the wall. Even if the 10-pin was standing, it would have been knocked over. She creates so much power within her release, and what makes her so unique, not many girls have the release that she does. She gets so relaxed in her swing, the wrist relaxes, she catches it back at the bottom, creates more area for herself and more pin action.
See the international flavor of the field. Good shot, 10-pin stands.
She's cruising through this right now. As we see the ball hit the pocket, 1 domino effect, 2-4, high entry angle. That's when the 6-pin gets a little bit high, goes horizontal, wraps itself around. That's not a flat 10, folks. That's a ringing 10. Single pin spare, goes back to the brain. Gonna think about it. Anticipate the spare, straight angle at it.
Best spare ball ever.
Yeah, I've said it before, shortest distance between 2 points, straight line, all good.
Stays clean with a mark in the 9th. Shannon Blahowski. Another lefty. 3 of the 4 bowlers, left-handers. Something I've never seen before.
It does happen occasionally. We've seen a lot in the men's tour, a lot in the college ranks.
Just lost her look after that tremendous start.
Yeah, 5 under, 7-10. Lost her momentum maybe. Now again, because of the 3 girls in the field, The lanes could be drastically changing and transitioning, sliding a little bit deeper. This one's going more right to left, so it's definitely further outside. Look at the break point all the way down here where she typically was. She's about 3 or 4 boards left of that. Doesn't have enough oomph to get back. You would normally see this as a bucket for the left-handers, but fortunately it's a 3.79. Go for the wood, try to keep up in the match.
Gets 2 of the 3, leads the 7. It's an open frame. And it's over.
Yep, New Wei Fen will advance to the next match against Shannon Plahowski. And again, this is where it gets tricky. 3 left-handers, a lot of surface on aggressive bowling balls. They're creating a lot of friction into the lane. They're taking the oil off the lane and carrying it onto the bowling ball, and it's creating high amounts of friction. So again, whoever can adjust to it quickly, long pattern, they're going to play the shim or they're going to try to bounce it off the friction. Almost the same result. Almost the same result. She really wants to credit working with Patrick Allen. He's been very helpful, another lefty on the men's tour. Wes Millott in Texas drills her bowling balls, give her layout suggestions. Kim Terrell Kearney at ITRC, International Training and Research Center in Arlington, Texas. She's worked with her. So she's had a lot of great influences along the way, molding her game and really teaching her.
Told us last night that Patrick Allen's been so instrumental, along with Wes Millott, in the mental approach to the game.
Barb Chrisman, the better half of Bill Chrisman, being the lone female. She's also the founder of Storm Bowling. Great supporter of ladies bowling. She's done so much for us, both her and Bill.
Double
Really
wood late.
So Andrew Ramirez will finish with 199. New Wei Fen will go on to the next match to face Shannon Plahowski. She's bowling league right now. She looks so comfortable. The only thing she was fearful of was the lighting, if it was going to affect her mental play at all. But she can max out here for 258.
Front 5, 7 strikes so far. And you're right, she has just been in a groove from the very beginning. Not getting lucky breaks. I mean, flush strikes, there's a difference.
Yeah, 4-pin, yeah. I actually crossed with New Wei Fen. I had the privilege of watching her bowl, so she helped me line up off of her, and gave me some information, some things to work on. It was a pleasure to watch her bowl and cross with her.
And that was not the most impressive of her strikes. She'll pull out here in the 10th frame. It's just a matter of what her final score is to knock off her opponent, Angie Ramirez Pereira of Colombia. Shannon Plahowski, the 2 seed, is next. New Wei Fen with ease. A victory in match number 1. She'll climb the ladder to take on Shannon Plahowski from Dayton, Ohio. When we come back, our Hall of Fame colleague, Carolyn Dorn-Ballard, will take us through double wood. How do you convert them? How important are they? That's next on our coverage of the PWBA Tour. New Wei Fen, so impressive. Front 5 at 9 total strikes. A 257-199 win over Angie Ramirez Pereira from Colombia. That means she'll take on Shannon Plahowski, the 2 seed, and lefty in the next match. Double wood or sleeper pins have cost many a bowler a shot at a championship, and there are many ways to convert them, as Carolyn Dorn-Ballard and Rod Ross tell us in this week's USBC Bowling Academy.
When I talk to tournament bowlers, a lot of times they get a little nervous when they see the double wood, like the 2-8 or what we call the bucket. But do not fret, we have a couple of options on how you can convert these spares.
Yeah, you want to do whatever you feel the most consistent at. I mean, some you're most comfortable doing it that you can repeat the shot.
And don't forget, you have to be confident in what you're doing. So once you step on the approach, make the decision on how you're going to shoot that spare and go for it.
Correct. Here we have Brian. He's shooting at the 2-8 or the sleeper, and he's going to use his strike ball and he's going to hook at it. This is generally what you'll see a lot of players do. Now Kim is going to use her spare ball that's unique. She's going to go straight at it. Even though there's double wood or a sleeper 2-8, you can still pick it up with a plastic ball going straight at it. Now we have Brian shooting at the bucket. We've added a couple of extra pins. He's still using his strike ball, and he's going to hook at the spare. One of the drawbacks of doing that is you have a tendency to chop. As you know, the 5 was last to fall. So Brian now is going to try throwing straight at the bucket with his strike ball. As you can see, when you have that extra wood in there, the straight ball of the bucket is going to be more consistent for Brian. Now we have Kim, and again, she's going to go straight at it with her spare ball. Kim uses her spare ball or plastic ball for all her spares, multi-pin and single-pin spares.
As we can see, there are many options to making spares that include double wood.
Yes, and not one with systems right over the other. It's whatever you can be more consistent at. And we like to see you practice both. That way, if you have to use your strike ball or your spare ball, you've practiced it and you're able to be confident on how you're going to pick it.
Because remember, the lane conditions are always changing, and you may be bowling in different bowling centers that you're not familiar with. So practicing these spares and the different options will make you a better bowler.
USBC Bowling Academy provides hundreds of hours of high-quality instructional videos for bowlers of all skill levels. Learn from Team USA and USBC certified gold coaches, as well as other top pros and instructors. Visit usbcbowlingacademy.com today for more information. Shannon Blahowski looking for her first official PWBA Tour title. She takes on Nu Wei Fen of Singapore. Match number 2 comes your way next. Match number 2, Nu Wei Fen of Singapore, the only right-hander, takes on lefty Shannon Blahowski from Dayton, Ohio. Great score in match 1. 9 strikes will do it. That's the start she wanted in match 2.
Like she never stopped. During the break, she's able to practice on the practice pair, the practice lane right to the left of the TV pair. Shannon came over. I think she had about 4 shots on each lane, 8 total. 2 titles, 33, Dayton, Ohio, like you said. Her strategy, be firm, be aggressive, try to stay up the lane as straight as she can be.
She liked it for good reason. 06 USBC Queens in Reno, and in 2014 PPAA Women's All-Star in Rockford, Illinois. The 2 titles for her so far. Maybe that changes today with a 3rd.
Lefty approach 4-step style. Keeps her push away in front of her. Look how high her elbow slightly bent up here in the air, which gives her a lot of wrist action at the bottom. She doesn't slide. She's a planter, and her swing follows directly in front of her, right behind her hand, underneath her shoulder. She's able to play straight. Hook a little bit. It did.
So match number 2. 1 lefty up, 1 lefty down. See the lanes transition for Shannon. Great start.
Yeah, but they'll do the same for Nu Wei Fen. Eventually, over time, the track's going to burn in where she's playing. Ball might jump a little bit too aggressively, but we have to see over time.
Time is not now, that's for sure.
No.
Staying hot.
It's beautiful. Nu Wei Fen, very athletic style. Slides on the first step, so she has a 5-step approach. Ball drops into the swing so free. Crosses over with that power step, long slide, gets a slight bent elbow, swing comes in front, which means her hand's directly behind the ball. Fluidity in motion. It's just dancing to the foul line. So smooth, so effortless. And what she can create on the bowling ball with the amount of rev she applies to it, very, very few women out here you'll see do that. She is unique.
Definition of a power player.
And it all comes from the Singapore training. Again, 5 times a week, Monday through Friday, 3 to 4 hours each day.
Still in gear, another strike.
She's wearing the Penguin shirt, which is, you know, ice temperature. It's cold, and here we are in Vegas, desert temperature. Making some notes. I know all the girls from Singapore keep journals as how the lanes are playing over time. Shannon Blahowski, though, step up on the right lane.
Trying to stay perfect. 2 different balls and the same result. Strikes all around.
Yeah, most week long, she used a paradox and a paradox pearl. Plants right around board 12, 7 at the arrows, just about 8 at the break point. Ball deflects slightly, but again, it's a 45-foot pattern. Typically, you would see the girls playing in. But again, most of the girls really dull down the surface of the bowling ball with a lot of surface, 500 grit, 1,000, maybe even 360, and allows them to play their A game. For Shannon, that's up the lane and outside. Oh, go.
It sure did go. Real right into the 1-2 pocket. Shannon O'Keefe, winner on tour this year. Husband Brian watching, taking in the action.
One of her Team USA teammates, of which she's been on the team for 16 years. Yes, 16. Folks, 16. Sweet 16.
Strike fest continues. 8 in a row in the last game between New Wave Fenn and Angie Ramirez Pereira. We had a total of 10 strikes in a row, 5 for each front 5. But then things dropped off a bit, certainly for Angie. Why are we seeing this again?
Well, again, the more balls that go down the lane, the more the oil is removed. When the oil comes off the lane, it goes into the bowling ball, and it creates a wider track zone. So the girls that can hook it usually will use that as bounce. The girls that play straighter are going to try to stay on top of it, maybe dial down the hand a little bit, but keep the speed nice and firm. And again, play within their comfort zone.
Front 5, you bet. Another strike.
As I said earlier, I crossed with her all week long. She did that a lot. She struck a lot. And when she did miss, very seldom was it a split. It was always 9 or better. So this is nothing new to her. She's just carrying her momentum into the telecast tonight.
And she's got plenty of support.
Yep.
2 seed Shannon Blahowski's got to match her strike for strike. Going for the front 5 herself. Oh, yeah. And we continue to stay perfect again.
It's interesting because every time it's off Shannon's hand, she seems unsure about it. You know, here you have one of the best left-handers on tour in the world. You know, world titles along with Team USA, competition single titles, queens, everything. And maybe it's just how the lanes are playing. She's questioning what's going to happen over time because of the 3 lefties in the field. But knowing her strength is in her physical game. Strong physical fundamentals. Keep it in front, 1 frame at a time. Oh, roll.
Across the deck, the 7 stands, so the perfect game comes to an end. There was a 6th frame of the first match where Angie ran into trouble, had an open, and then New Wave Fenn had her first non-strike in the 6th. Interesting.
Yeah. Off her hand, she said, read, read, read. Watches again, the 4 pin falls in front of the 7. Now, Shannon's asset is that she's so strong physically. She has a lot of ball speed, and for her, it creates so much pin action in the back portion of the pin deck that often enough she would carry that with the messenger. 7 pin stands alone. Same ball, fairly straight. Easy
Right after
peasy.
the conversion. She was the top seed at the Las Vegas Open. Lost in the championship match. She was so disappointed.
Yeah, still early in the season with this event. Kicked off with the Queens, only the 4th event yet. I'm sure we'll see more of her. 2 out of 4, it's a good average so far.
Very good. The streak continues halfway home. New Wave Fenn has 6 strikes to begin the match. It's incredible. It's a clinic.
Strike for strike. Flush. Flush. Splits the 8-9. Little swish. Flush. Watch. I mean, the pin action is just amazing. This is textbook technique.
Wow, there is shrapnel everywhere on that deck.
And all from their training back in Singapore. They primarily focus all on the fundamentals and the physical game.
Front 7. Yes, indeed, another one. $10,000 bonus awarded to a perfect game on TV, so the possibility's still there. 5 to go for New Wave Finn.
I think that would make for a comfortable flight home.
Yes, it would.
Yeah. 24 years old, so young. But in Singapore, they start at the age of 12, even younger.
Good recovery to the 9-pin spare in the 6th for Shannon Blahowski.
Yep.
Strikes in the 7th to keep things interesting.
Yep, Shannon's pacing with her down 21, but really it's just that one frame. So it's a close match thus far. I've said it before, it's not over until the last ball is thrown.
She didn't like it, and that's why.
Yeah, she really didn't like that one. She knew it so much off her hand. Because she can be aggressive and be so firm with it, she really gets accelerated at the bottom of the swing. And instead of having her misses in front of her to the right, she misses up the lane. 45 feet, folks, of oil. That's a long distance down the lane, 3/4 of the lane.
Light hit. 139, nice cover.
Front 7, going for the front 8.
$10,000 bonus comes from the PWBA, if she can do it.
And the only thing she was nervous about was the lighting. She thought the lighting would play with her mind. Is it too hot? Will the oil disperse? Will it get slicker? How's the ball going to transition? And again, she looks like she's just bowling for fun.
How about 8 in a row? Not this time. There's double wood that Carolyn Rod broke down earlier in the broadcast. 2-8.
Yeah, she accelerated on that one, just a little bit firm. She's been right around the hours 15. This one gets right at 40 feet down the lane, 47 feet. Very far out past the break point. Doesn't read it, 2-8, sleeper wood. So, New Wave Finn, most likely she's going to hook at it. That's where her strength is. She's had great shape to the pocket all night long. It would be the ideal thing for her to do.
Missed the 2 and chops out the 8 for an open frame. Not only the perfect game and the $10,000 bonus out the window, now an open frame late. Game changer.
Yeah, now for this spare, you'd move 3 or 4 right, but again, 45 feet, I can't express that enough. Just goes right behind the 2-pin and take out the 8. You need to get the ball to angle into the 2 to sweep the 8 behind it. But she's the only one on the side. Just not a large enough move, but let's see if she recovers into the 9th frame.
Nice bounce back. Foundation frame strike off of the open frame, but the door is open for Janet Blahowski. She'll have a chance to rally and win this match. Exciting conclusion is coming up next. New Wave Finn, the open in the 8th, then the foundation frame strike in the 9th. Now Janet Blahowski only down by 7 pins. Works on a spare for her foundation 9th frame. Max score of 259 to 66 for New Wave Finn. Anyone's game.
Oh, that's in.
She liked it. Brushes 10 down into the pit.
I'm not sure if Shannon was writing a book right now what it would be. Seems like every shot she has a comment. Crosses over, starts left, she drifts to the right, sliding at board 10. Right around 6 that she started the ball down at the foul line. There's so much oil in the lane between the combination of the 2 oils, one to create the friction, one to give a little bit hold inside. And again, you play to your tendency. My tendency for myself, I do miss left, so I have to have hold, and that's what Shannon has. She has hold to the right if she does miss inward.
It sure is in the pocket, Shannon. Finds the mark, the 1-2 pocket for the lefty. Sherry Tan, top seed, and another lefty from Singapore awaits the winner. Back-to-back strikes, 9th frame and beginning the 10th. 3-pin lead, but anything can happen here. She tries to fill out with big numbers.
Well, if she strikes here, she forces New Wei Fen to double in the 10th. That's definite. If she has a little bit of wood here, then she leaves a spare. New Wei would just need the first one most likely in the 10th. A little distraction there in the audience. Regroup, rekindle.
Roll. Almost a 7-10. And a break, single pin conversion this late. Well, that would have been a disaster.
Well, she still forces New Wei to double. Pushes down the lane, roll. Last one she said she got that in. She got that in, roll, roll, roll. Messenger off the side. Blower 7-10. Domino effect. 6-pin just doesn't have enough angle to go into the 10-pin. She liked it off her hand. She's been getting some good breaks. 248 for Shannon. So New Wei Fen, she needs to double here in order to advance the next match and face her teammate, Sherry Tan. She's been key all day long.
Ringing 10-pin. Shannon Blahowski on the bench has one. There's the 10-pin, there's the conversion. Another wild finish after each had that great start for the front five. It's been fun to watch.
This pattern was high scoring during the week, so it's not an oddity to see very high scores on the TV show. And New Wei Fen, she barely missed, but unfortunately she missed at the inappropriate time.
Janet Blahowski, a 2-pin victory over New Wei Fen. And looking for her first official PWBA title, Sherry Tan, the top seed from Singapore, is next. One match to go on the PWBA Tour. Here on CBS Sports Network, we crown a only 2 bowlers left. Sherry Tan, Shannon Blahowski, top 2 seeds. A couple southpaws going head-to-head for a championship on CBS Sports Network. Kelly, let's check out the Smithfield moment of the match. Last match, 10th frame.
Yeah, New Wei Fen, who was almost perfect through every delivery. 10th frame, she needed to double to shut out Shannon. She gets up and she leaves a ringing 10-pin. Unfortunately, came to an end and no victory to be had. Great effort, though. But now in the championship match, Sherry Tan, another southpaw, 2 southpaws in the final. Shannon Blahowski coming back with revenge after the Las Vegas Open against Sherry Tan from Singapore. Both girls on the same side. Let's see who gets to the finals, takes home the trophy.
Someone wins their first career official PWBA title. Maybe it's Sherry Tan from Singapore. 7-pin.
28 years old. She is the oldest member on Team Singapore at the young age of 28. Going to the spare ball for the 7-pin. Little softer speed than Shannon, so it might play differently for her. She might be a little bit slightly right of her, inside of her. Very good focus. Again, strong fundamental skills. She is the female version of Walter Reyes, Deadeye. So she's very good at making her spares.
That's high praise right there. Does take care of the 7. She told us yesterday pre-match her pre-shot routine, the most important thing she's working on these days with her game. That's the trophy on the line. Big prize money as well. 2 seed from Dayton, Ohio. Shannon on the right lane, 5 for 5 so far.
Hasn't missed so far.
The front 5 in her last match. Continues the hot streak to begin this championship match.
Yeah, she's in her zone, the area of the lane she really likes to play. Again, being very aggressive, keeping her swing right in front of her, up the lane. Tendency is to miss inward slightly, which she's done in the past in the other previous match. But that's great for this pattern. Again, 45 feet in length, which is 3/4 of the lane. She's going to use the oil as hold in front of her and beam it to the pocket. Didn't like that one. Know why. She said, ooh, off her hand. I think it was a little bit softer speed than we're normally used to seeing. Again, if she can be aggressive and be firm, that's where she's most comfortable. But this one at the bottom of her swing, just not as much leverage. Ball picks up way, way earlier than we've been seeing all night long. Leaves a single pin, 3-pin, 2-pin spare. Oh.
Knocks it down. Watch live early round coverage of all PWBA events, plus live and on-demand coverage of all the best professional bowling action on Extra Frame. Visit www.extraframe.tv for more info or to subscribe today. Remember what event that was, Kelly? Did you win?
I did not win.
Oh.
Thank you for reminding me, Dave. No, I think that was the Tour Championship.
The phone was ringing.
Sherry Tan distracted by something in the audience.
Yeah, cell phone, I think.
Yep.
Rang a moment ago.
Here we are in a very quiet environment, surrounded by the audience, behind and to the side, going up the lane itself. And bowlers are susceptible to loud noises, whether it's a cell phone, door jamming shut, anything. Takes away from their focus. Regroup, start over. Second frame.
Works on a spare early in this match and gets some help. 6 goes down late. Her first strike.
Trips the 6-pin. Let's see if we can look at Sherry Tan's form. 5-step approach, starts with the right foot. Carries the ball the first step, drops it into the swing. Right arm out and in front. Swing comes forward, foot slides and plants, kicks back with the trail leg, which is something you see to balance the bowlers out. Gets slower ball speed, comes up a pinch high, but is able to trip the 6-pin forward. 6-0 in match play. Wow. 225 average for 24 games on a pattern that should be challenging.
The start from Singapore. Getting in a groove. The only island city-state in the world. Interesting fact. You've been there. What's it like?
I have. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. High-rise buildings. They have an IKEA right there. I visited that in Singapore. Beautiful, beautiful buildings. Downtown, I believe they have an orchid in the middle of the lake or anything, but it's just beautiful architecture.
Wachowski in the groove as well. Special hello and thanks to Steve Cook, provider of Steve Cook's Fireside Lanes.
Great bowler in his own right. PBA Hall of Famer. I actually bowled with Steve in a doubles event one time. It was a pleasure. Enjoyed a bowl with him.
Frame. Hoping to tie the match with a 9-pin count and leaves the 7.
7-pin. This is where she left the 2-pin the last time over here. 2 medals, 2016 PAVCON Champion of Champions, gold medal in doubles. I believe she won that with Stephanie Johnson. Again, 16 years on Team USA. The accolades alone, what she's racked up in medals, is just unprecedented, what she's accomplished. Down 10 pins, Sherry can take advantage of this, striking here in the 4th frame to increase her lead. Stuck with the same balls all week long. Again, another one that credit Jim Callahan, the Storm Tour representative this week, that helped them to come over and train before these events took place. Her keys, keep her speed in control, and really worked on her hand position to manipulate the ball at the bottom of the swing.
Turkey, 7 pin this time though.
Wow, that was a fabulous shot. This is just amazing. Watch the ball action on the pins. As the ball goes into the pocket, she's right left of the break point, coming in an entry angle, rolling off of it. 4 pin just wraps around the 7th pin. Makes this better. Now, over in Singapore, they bowl on challenging patterns, but they don't have the caliber of athletes in the field to see how the lanes break down and transition over time. So by the Singapore girls coming over to the States and bowling against the other ladies out here, they're seeing lane transition differently. They're seeing it faster, better. They credit, again, Jim to teaching them that, matching up their surfaces faster, and to really put the picture, making it clear as the game goes on over time.
Interesting and very successful approach.
Yeah, that's inside.
Watch out, big 4.
Yeah, way, way inside her target. Now she's been outside the 2nd arrow the entire time. Gets it overboard, 10. Her break point's been roughly on the outside of that indicator mark, and now she's going to be even inside of it. A lot of friction. Again, all the girls been using service, picks up too soon. There's not enough hold down the lane to get the ball to skid into the pocket. 6 count split. Go for 2. Try to keep the wood and stay in the match. A lot of game left to bowl.
Almost impossible. Pick this one up. Takes the 4-7, leads the 6-10. And open frame. Now Shannon Blahowski hoping to take advantage. We saw the big 4 there a moment ago. Any player converts a 7-10 split on our CBS Sports Network finals will receive a $100,000 bonus courtesy of Ultimate Bowling Products.
Don't want to leave it, but you got to make it.
Oh, don't hook.
It didn't, Shannon. Read the lane perfectly and crunches that 1-2 pocket off them down.
Yeah, don't hook. I mean, she's so vocal. Up the lane again. Perfect on the right lane. She's dialed in. But I need to start talking to my equipment, Dave. I think that's the key to my success.
Whatever works.
Guidance. Guidance is the key.
Guide the equipment. 6 frame. Go by 17 pins. Back-to-back jacks, 17-pin lead for Shannon Blahowski. She's in great shape, halfway home, but she's got to finish. Lefty against lefty. The PWBA Storm Sacramento Open TV Finals. Steve Cook's Fireside Lanes, Citrus Heights, California, hosting the PWBA Storm Sacramento Open. Some of the key numbers. And Kelly, some other finishers.
Yeah, Shayna Ang, another Singapore bowler. Carol G. Noddy coming out of retirement and knee surgery to be a bounce back. Liz Johnson, you saw her as the winner from the Texas Open. Clara Guerrera from Colombia, Marian Ayala. Some great bowlers in the field. And again, Danielle McHugh in Stony Point, New York. We saw her in the Queens final a few weeks ago. Sherry needs to bounce back to put herself back into the match. Trails by 17 pins with that big 4 in the last frame.
Critical shot in the 6th. 7 pin. Really good ball.
Unbelievable. Remember I said don't move? I don't think she did, and she did the exact same thing. Here she hits her break point where she did the last time she was on this lane. When the 4 pin wraps around the 7, just mean the angle entry into the pockets is pinch high, maybe a little bit firm with the ball speed because she threw it slow the last time on the lane. And wow, it's just duplicating. That triangle 60 feet away, Dave, it's so finicky. You can hit the pocket over and over again, but not always knock down 10. Heading into the 7th frame, Sherry Tan down by 17. Open last time on this frame with the big 4. Will she make the adjustment?
Every shot crucial now. Yes, she can. 7 goes down late. Big strike.
Yeah, last time on that lane, she physically just made a poor execution and missed inward of her target. There's her teammate, Shana Yang. This time, ball hits the pocket, 4 pin slides in front to trip out the 7 at the base of the pin. 10 pins straight back. Looking to her teammates on the sideline for a little bit of advice. Looking to Jim for some information, possibly.
Nice to see New Wave Finn there.
Yeah.
Just off her loss to Wachowski. Out to root on her teammate from Singapore. It's pretty cool.
These girls train together every day, 5 days a week. Shannon duplicates exactly what Sherry did on that right lane, 7 pin. Now her line is direct in front of her. She's hitting her target repeatedly. Now where Sherry was high in the pocket, the angle entry was behind the head pin. It wrapped the 4 around. Shannon's was less entry angle, a little bit lighter. 4 pin just slid in front.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
She missed it. Yes, she did. Whiffs on the 7. And knew it when she released it. That was a disaster.
Yeah, she's been guiding the ball all night long, and her reaction right there, didn't even want to watch it. She just knew she missed it off her hand. Uncharacteristic of her. Now, what's interesting about Shannon is she takes the same ball that she uses for her strike ball. She backs her release off and just goes very straight at it. She's trying to be aggressive and firm again, stay within her comfort zone, but that one was just way inside, misses the 7 pin. Can she bounce back?
Open each. Yes, she can. Late hit on the 6 pin. Down it goes for a big bounce back strike after the open frame.
This is just amazing. I've watched Shannon bowl so many times. This one's slightly inside a target, obviously comes up high. But now watch. The 3 pin bounces off the side, gets to be horizontal with a lot of motion to it, trips the 6 pin from behind. Shannon's asset again is her ball speed, and I've watched her bowl so many times where she's able to create so much pin motion down the lane that a normal person would split, and she's able to get 9 every single time.
8th frame.
Ball change.
Sherry Tan can take a lead here with a strike.
Ball change.
Works out just fine. Up 6. With a double.
That right there shows the learning curve she's had in the last few weeks alone. Switches to the Alpha Crux. This time the 4 pin has no chance of wrapping itself around. Kicks out the 7 pin. Flush strike. 10 pin straight back. That's what we call 10 in the pit. Going back to the critical on the left lane. So she's comfortable where she is on the left lane, even though she's big forward. Max score for Sherry, 233. Shannon Plahowski can strike out for 227 in this championship match. 9th frame, foundation for Sherry.
Looks for the turkey. Big shot.
Push, push.
Up 16.
Ooh.
Doesn't quite push enough there, Sherry, and leaves the 7.
You heard her say it. Push, push. A little bit softer with her speed. Down the lane, she's right around the same break point. It's so hard. Why would you want to move? But obviously you have to do something. The 7 pin is still standing. That was the last time on this lane, so most likely she won't make a ball change. She doesn't have to see it anymore. But she should be lined up on the right lane to finish this match out strong.
Takes care of the 7, single pin conversion. But this could go right down to the last shot.
Yeah, now the max score changes. 212 for Sherry Tan, still 227 for Blahowski. So if Shannon strikes out, she wins the match. But 227, 212, she's only down by 5. Not quite sure if she's happy with how the ball's coming off her hand, though. Sometimes it's in, sometimes it's out. But they've created enough area for themselves to give her the good ball reaction.
Ninth frame for a double and a lead.
Ugh.
No luck with the 10.
Blower 10 pin. After all the leaves she's had, 7 pin, 7 pin, 6 pin. But can we see what happens here? This is just truly amazing. Ball's on the head pin, goes into the 3, 6 pin goes back so sharply and goes in front of the 10 pin, but notice there was another pin back behind it that was ready to messenger off the sideboard and kick out the 10. She doesn't quite get the following.
Takes care of the single pin conversion this time after the earlier open.
Now she's still down by 5. So, like every show we've seen so far, it's coming down to the 10th frame. Again, the amount of talent out here is the greatest talent I've seen in the history, I think, of the sport.
Wow.
It's great. It really is.
That means a lot coming from you.
Well, the credentials, you know, you have the USBC Junior Gold, you have collegiate programs, you have the international competition. These girls are, you know, born throwing a bowling ball.
Great shot in the 10th. Begin things for Shannon Blahowski.
Right here at the pins, holds her balance, sticks her finish, aggressive, through the pins, little high. 9 pin comes over, one of the pins comes over, slide out, take out the 8 pin. She's worked with Rob Gottschall, the EBI representative on tour right now. And kudos out to our tournament director, Damon Sirocco, as well as Kathy Watka for their assistance out here on the ladies tour. Without you guys, we wouldn't be where we are, so thank you. All right, 207 max score for Shannon. That means what happens right there is Sherry Tan now has to double in the 10th if she's going to win her first professional title. She needs to double. Shannon can finish out here with 207. Sherry Tan would need a double and 6 pins to win the match.
The pressure will be on.
Eight on the fill, so now Sherry still needs to double, but doesn't need quite as much pins on the fill ball.
205 for Shannon.
Yep, Sherry still needs to double. Now she made the ball change over here on the right lane and went flush. 2 strikes, 4 pins, wins the match and her first professional title here in the United States.
Comes down to this.
You already have one Singapore girl with a national title, the 2016 USBC Queens, Bernice Lim. Sherry Tan needs a double.
Gotta have it. There's one.
Buries the first one.
Wow, it's a no-doubter. All 10 back.
Look at this shot off her hand. Makes the ball change. A little further inside, more right to left for the left-handed bowler. She likes it. Yes. Another strike, 4 pins is going to clinch it for her. So confident in her style and her game. She's been training and competing in a competitive environment.
What do you say, Sherry Tan? Second in a row. The double she needed. And now just 4 more pins for a championship. She is pumped.
Watch this. Yes. Talk about stepping up and throwing it for the win.
That is pressure. And that's a response of a champion.
All you fans out there watching, these ladies can bowl. These ladies can bowl.
Just needs 4.
6 is enough.
6, it's enough for a title. Team Singapore is taking home another trophy. And the top seed, lefty Sherry Tan has done it.
Gotta go get the trophy.
2016 Sacramento Storm Open champion Sherry Tan, all the way from Singapore. These girls are going to have a very comfortable plane ride home.
High fives all around. Team Singapore coming so far to compete and to win championships. Bernice Lim, she won the Queen. Sherry Tan wins today on the PWBA Tour. Let's recap what's happened so far. En route to the championship, Ramirez Pereira, Wei Fin Nu in the first match. And then in match number 2, Shannon Blahowski, the number 2 seed. One of 3 lefties in the field, won a very close match after a great start from each bowler. And in match number 3, Shannon Blahowski again and Sherry Tan. 2 southpaws head-to-head in the end. First career PWBA crown. Steve Cook, Barb Crispin are here to help present the trophy. Guys, go ahead.
On behalf of the Storm family, I'd like to present you with this trophy, and I couldn't be more pleased to give it to you. Thank you.
Sherry, congratulations. When we spoke yesterday in our pre-match interview, you talked about your on-lane poise and your pre-shot preparation in that one match you had for the championship. How did that affect your play? I'm going to guess pretty well. Let's make it a little easier. How do you feel right now?
Happy, excited. Yeah.
Your Team Singapore teammates are just wonderful. So much support. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot that they are supporting me. And I'm really thankful for their support and their sharing.
So you'll take home the trophy, you'll take home the check. How does this change your career?
It increases the dollar value in my bank account. and I'd like to thank Storm, Rotogrip, Jimmy, and Dell, and Team Singapore for their support.
That was an honest answer. Congratulations, Sherry Tan from Singapore. PWBA Tour champion for the first time in her career.
Sorry.
Congratulations go out to Sherry Tan from Singapore, winner of the PWBA Storm Sacramento Open Finals. Be sure to join us Sunday at noon for the second major of the year, the Go Bowling PWBA Players Championship from Green Bay, Wisconsin. For Kelly Kulick and the entire CBS Sports Network crew, it's Dave Ryan saying so long from the Sacramento Open Finals. In association with the USBC, it's been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Sherry Tan, a winner today.